Hey everyone, I have a question for you. What is worse than when it's raining cats and dogs? Hailing taxis. There you go. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Hailing taxis? Jeez, I'd be terrified. Just like I'm terrified right now. This is my segue into our triangle strategy long play here. We just got out of a heavy episode where we are faced with the choice of siding with Hyzanth, siding with Esfrost, or siding with Glenbrook to decide the fate of the Norzelian mines and thus the entire fate of Norzelia. I have no clue what's going to happen. This game has been, the last few episodes specifically, has been a lot of twists and turns that I have not been prepared for. We'll see how it plays out though. Main story here, once again, House Wolfert stands before three diverging paths. The time has come to lay their convictions bare before the scales and make their greatest decision yet. So, here we go. The story is approaching a turning point. It is recommended you save your current progress. Oh! This is the first time it's told me that it wants me to save before a scaling event. Yes, I will save. Proceed to the save screen. I mentioned this last episode. You can see I'm getting my dollar's worth for this game here. I've got 45 hours, and this isn't even... I'm not even sure what path I'm on. I wouldn't even know what to call this path, but there's varying different paths here. I'll show you. Here, as we go into this, there's varying different paths that you can go into, and it's going to be tumultuous for anyone who plays this game and wants to be a completionist.
Hyzanth's army marches for the Grand Norzelian mines.
Are you certain you want to march on the Grand?
There is no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
They've heard word of the crystals.
Yep.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Mm-hmm.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
Yep.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
Yep.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzanth.
What?
Yep. Frederica is gonna be mad.
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals. Which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
And while the Roselles suffer in languish.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzanth's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Roselle not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzanth's goddess free reign of Norzelia.
It's very true.
Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
Yes.
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
Yeah, but you... so
And the
narrow-minded.
sacrifice of the Roselle, is that a small price to you?
It is.
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzanth. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Mm-hmm.
Ally with Esfrost.
After they invaded Hyzanth, or after they invaded Glenbrook and killed his brother and his father.
You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
Mm-hmm. It's no worse than
I see
murdering the
no
Roselle.
reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears.
Yeah, there you go. Slap you right across the face.
I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt.
Yep.
And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Roselle in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people.
Yep.
We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
But so the question I have for her, though, is like, how? What would we do with the salt crystals? It's not like they're an inexhaustible supply of salt. It was merely, like, if we made it public, that would be, I guess, the only thing that we could do?
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Roselle would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
This is like, I think this is what they insinuated before we run.
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Ah, so now he's getting passionate because we would be running.
Silence! I have heard enough
First time
to know
he's
where each
had
of
to
you
use his
stand.
big boy voice.
Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. But know that a choice must be made. There can only be one way forward. Face the
see.
scales of conviction and prepare to make peace with the outcome.
There we are. I wonder if we don't go with certain people's paths, we lose them in the fight. The vote we take today may well open a rift between us. Nevertheless, so I'm thinking we lose the people. Nevertheless, we must proceed. I am preparing for either outcome. Yep, so everyone is undecided. Fabulous. Fabulous. What about you? Ah, servant who heard everything. To think King Roland, Lady Frederica, and Sir Benedict's convictions would diverge so greatly after all this time. And just between you and me, Lord Sereno, what do you make of their plans? Ah, so this is like the last, like, nudge, I guess we could say. I believe that Benedict's plans to use Esfrost's ideals of freedom to ascend to the top. I think Roland intends to put his personal feelings aside and bring peace and quiet. No, that's not it. Frederica's wish is a human one. She desires to liberate those who have... This is a really tough choice. I'm not between these two. I mean, I think I want to look past Esfrost and join their fight and then see where it goes from there. If we can use Death Knell to take out Hyzanth. If we do this, it runs the risk of failing. We lose Frederica, and she just walks off into the wilderness with her people. I'm gonna go with Esfrost. I really don't necessarily like leaving Frederica out, but I'm gonna go with Esfrost. As crazy as it sounds, I don't like Gustadolf at all, but this is... Whoever wrote this game's storyline did a really great job. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I did it. No turning back. I'm glad I saved it. So he would join forces with the duchy not only to survive, but prepare for the final stage of his plans. I think it is a strategy that no ordinary tactician would come up with. I would most certainly not want him as my enemy. Thankfully for us, he is House Wolfort's most loyal retainer. Indeed, he is. Though it does make me wonder if everything he has done is simply for the sake of our house or something more. Everyone's choices are deeply rooted in their convictions. It makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by the Scale's decisions. Lord Serenoa, it will fall to you to lead everyone down the right path. Of course, I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path as we always have. So yeah, I don't think we have Benedict. I don't think we'll have... Whatever path we choose, we lose the other two characters. And that sucks. Because Frederica is a powerhouse on the floor, and so is Roland. Benedict is just more of like a buffer and like a facilitator. Roland can dish out a lot of melee damage and can get into the back lines really easily. And Frederica is really strong with her magic. Absolutely strong with her magic. Let's see here. Lord Serenoa, I can help but feel that our greatest battle lies ahead, regardless of which path you choose. I know this may not be the best time to say so, but my wife gave birth to our first child not a few days ago. Oh, that's nice. You are a father before a soldier. It is your duty to protect your own house before that of Wolfert. I will not force you to march with us. I ask only that you act according to your own convictions. We must work together if we are to emerge victorious. I ask that you see us through this final battle. No. So this is my fatherly instincts coming in. I think the top two. I mean, yeah, you put these on the priority for, like, you need to serve so that your family's safe. I get that. But you are a soldier. You are a father before you are a soldier. But you are a father before a soldier. It is your duty to protect your own house before that of Wolfert. I will not force you to march with us. I ask only that you act according with your own convictions. I'm going to say the middle one, because I'm not trying to defer the choice to them, but I am giving them the opportunity of a choice unguided. If I were to say this gives them freedom to be a father without burden. And there might be guilt that they show that they were forced into being a father. And if we fail, then the nation goes under. Kind of thing like that. So I'm going to say the middle one. Might I have time to think about it, my lord? But of course, the path before me diverges as well, and I must also take time to think before my decisions. Let us both choose a path that leaves us with no regrets. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. It is an honor to call you my lord. Can I go out? I can't go out. Is there anything in here? Not seeing any shinies. Alright, let's see here. Well, I don't think there's anything for me to pick up. No, it doesn't look like there's anything for me to pick up. Alright, what does Huette have to say? Here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak of forsaking it. As his subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet, my lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance. Oh, man. They will listen at the very least, so she is very unlikely to go with Roland, or to go with me here. I'm going to postpone this.
What do you need?
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I am sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals, so now we must agonize over our own decisions. She may take effort, but will be swayed to go with Benedict. Okay. I'm not going to even bother talking to those guys. Our sweat and bloods fed this land, built it into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyzanth. And Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, asks that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got the right of it, I think. I reckon, but even that doesn't quite quiet the nagging feeling I got every time I think about the options. So all three will listen to reason, okay? Now what about Anna?
Lord Serenoa.
Benedict and King Roland would march to war. Frederica would see Hyzanth hunt us for all eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it comes to this. Ally with a one-time opponent or flee with the Roselle.
However,
Bold proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. Wow, okay. So I'm going to go all in on Benedict's plan here. I have no idea what's going to happen, but these events here, these dialogues, are also very monumental in how you select them. So I'm going to go down the path here. Why was Benedict's strategy swaying you? I cannot abide the Holy State's control over the salt supply, built as it is on a lie meant to justifying exploiting the entire people. I believe we can use the salt crystals to coax into it. These are not the two choices I would have liked to see. I would have liked to see something along the lines of a hybrid between these two. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So, let me think here. Which one is the best one? Cannot abide the Holy State's control of the salt supply, built as it is on a lie meant to justify exploiting an entire people. I believe we can use the salt crystals to coax Esfrost into an alliance against Hyzanth. Talking with Anna, she's a spy. She doesn't, I don't want to say she doesn't care about people. She, to me, seems like the character. And this is also really good because the game has done really good depth of character development. And that's why I think that she, being Benedict's right-hand person, would understand this more than this. But that's just a hope and a dream, and me just being a guy playing a game, seeing if it works. So I'm going to go with this one. True, our goals align for the moment, which means Gustadov may entertain negotiations.
in that case,
You will offer our salt and military might in exchange for the death knell. Yes, the one weapon that could reduce the goddess's shield to rubble. A sound and logical proposal, and one with a fair chance of succeeding. Though we are not the only ones prepared to test a new weapon. Hyzanth has Elfric at its disposal. Yes, its use in battle, however, is severely limited, especially in a siege. If that is the only weapon, that perhaps we shall have little trouble. Indifferent. Darn it. So the Elfric, they've modified it. We don't know how they've modified it, but they've modified
Aye, lad.
it. Alright, let's
Here's what I think.
see about getting our boy Eridor on our bandwagon here. You think Benedict will get us through this too, eh? How do you reckon? So 3 choices here. Our duty has always been to the Wolfort domain, and his people must not stop at nothing to protect them. We control the salt crystals as such. These are precious little to be gained by allying with Hyzanth. I have seen how Hyzanth treats Roselle. There is no reason to expect they will treat us as equals. I like the bottom one actually, but the top one as well. It resonates with me as who Eridor is as a person, and maybe I'm playing it entirely wrong. Let's do the bottom one. Let's do it.
Besides,
Really think they'll turn on us the moment they get the salt crystals? The Holy State rewrote their history around a lie, justifying the goddess's creed and the abuse of the Roselle Eridor. We've no way of knowing how they might treat the people of Glenbrook from one day to the
are you
next.
joking?
I understand your hesitancy, but I think you might be making them out this much. Treating us with respect would be the perfect way to show us how righteous their precious goddess is. And more than that, I reckon they wouldn't go out of their way to make enemies of you and the king so readily. We'll be okay, lad. Seems indifferent. I might reload this if it doesn't go the way I want it to, just to try a different path. And it might be the first time I do a reload on this. Huette, I don't think I could sway her. She'll listen at the very least. So let's try. Let's see. Let's see here. Sorry, I got a text message. An alliance with Esfrost gives us iron, and we already have salt. Together, we will cower before Hyzanth no longer. The people do not deserve to be cast aside or given over to some other nation. They deserve protection, and we shall provide it. To surrender the salt crystals would be to surrender our last remaining weapon. We would be but puppets to the hierophant. I think this one. I'm going to go with the middle one. You're absolutely right. The goddess will bring equality, yes, but for the price of the entire kingdom. And those who call it
Truly?
home. I remain a member of the King's Guard to my core, and would sooner give our life for the people than submit to Hyzan's rule. I doubt King Roland will entertain the idea of allying with Esfrost, however, he is far too convinced for his own strategy. King's Guard or not, you remain one of his loyal subjects. Will you not speak your mind and attempt to sway him? Perhaps I should. To keep my feelings hidden would amount to deception on my part.
I don't know what to
Give
do.
me a moment to reconsider my actions. Alright, deep in thought.
What do you need?
Let's
Well,
see here. May take some effort. Let's see. Pray tell me what drives you to embrace Benedict's. Another 2 section 1. Alright, let's see here. This land should belong to us so long as I breathe. Any concession to Hyzanth is like as not to result in the theft of our own kingdom in the name of their perverse sense of equality. Any concession to Hyzanth is like as not to result in the theft of our nation. Yeah, I think the bottom one. Because this seems too just chest pounding. I like this bottom one more. Perhaps the contribution of her domain and the salt crystals coupled with the fall of Esfrost should win us unfathomable esteem in their
Well,
eyes,
what
though
if-
the saintly 7 controlled the salt and thought nothing of oppressing the Roselle to maintain their hold on power. So yes, I see little reason why they would look kindly upon recent coverts such as ourselves making such an entrance. And all the while, we should know the truth. We would know the truth that the goddess's
I don't
teachings are a
know.
lie. Precisely. We would meet a swift end indeed. Were they to find out that we know, yes, there are plenty of reasons to strike them down. What outcome do you foresee? Provided we have the salt crystals and the Decinel in hand, victory is ours. That the people of Grenbrook will be treated no better than the Roselle under Hyzan's rule. Honestly, I think this is it. I don't think that. I mean. I think they're both right. Honestly, I do. I don't know why they can't be just like a hybrid of those two. Let's do this one. The
I
Hyzanth
wonder
rule.
about that.
On what grounds? Glenbrook is a kingdom of unbelievers, and we cannot guarantee every last one of our subjects will take up the goddess's teachings. That's very true. Are you not taking a rather dim view of all this? I should think nearly all of them will.
But
Or, at the very least, feign that they have. This is the cost of living in peace and harmony. Perhaps they are as flexible and resilient as you say. I should certainly like to believe so. They are, for better or for worse, unless useless as it is to tell you now, you needn't worry about the people. Rather, I fear they are too pliable and will learn to hate the Roselle ere long. Oh no, I don't think I got her where I wanted her to be. I think it was the top one.
Serenoa.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have made my decision.
I'm spinning through his dialogue because I don't
Think
think I'm
not.
gonna get him to
Moreover,
resolve steadfast. No words to power him. Yeah, I just wanted to see. All right, so I'm gonna let's end the persuasion now and see. I might reload this and we might do a quick one. I might do another quick one off camera if I don't get Benedict's. This will be the first time I've done a reload on this. So we'll see. Fingers crossed we go with Benedict's because I really do not want to hand over Glenbrook, and I think the next choice would be Frederica's, and I'm okay with
time to
that, but I
cast our
really want to
votes.
get the outcome for Benedict's. It is time to cast
The
our
opinions
votes.
before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Yeah, we all know his would probably be yellow. Benedict's would probably be red, and hers would be green. Let's see.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I stand with you, Lord Serenoa. Okay.
you have my vote.
So that means they're coming with
I
me.
cannot be swayed.
Obviously.
I'm with you.
I don't know what that means. I don't think we got Huette, but I think we got some of the other ones.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Let's see. Oh, we did it! We got it! Yeah! Finally! This is like... Huette went with Roland. Okay, good. Oh man, that's pretty amazing. I'm so glad that it worked out because the last few scales of convictions haven't gone the way I wanted them to do at all. So this is really good. It may be a terrible ending, but I don't know, or a terrible path,
The
we'll
way
say.
forward is decided. We will follow Benedict's plan and join forces with Esfrost to lay Hyzant low.
I feel bad for Frederica, though. I'm very excited that we got through Benedict's, but I feel really terrible for Frederica. She probably is going to leave our party. If grief could passions move completed. Yeah, let's save our game. Let's save it under slot 10. And then we'll see what happens.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future.
Oh dear.
Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
So the other variable here is, will Esfrost side with us? I don't know. Of lords and lineages. Alright. Going into this chapter here.
We've chosen our path.
So we'll get through this dialogue and then I'll call the episode.
We shall ally with Esfrost and strike at the heart of the holy state of Hyzant.
She's already on her feet? No,
So
everyone's
you
on their
would
feet.
kiss Gustadolf's feet and bribe him with salt. I cannot abide this idiocy. You will defeat Hyzant only to be conquered by Esfrost.
We are well aware of Gustadolf's cunning. He shan't take advantage of us.
You would ally with them only to stab them in the back later?
No.
If need be.
But okay. See, Benedict is just a stone cold killer.
Have you no shame?
Says the king who would deliver his own people to Hyzant.
Ouch. Oh.
Yes, for that is how we secure peace for the many at the expense of the few.
You know that is not true. Hyzant will conquer all Norzelia if we give them the salt crystals. All will be forced to worship at the feet of the goddess and follow her orders.
Wow.
Just as the Roselle have at the source.
I see House Wolford is determined to walk their path astride Esfrost.
Oh, do we lose Huette
As
too?
King of Glenbrook, I will not allow it. Lord Wolford, I command you to march on the duchy and strike down Gustadolf.
What?
What?
That's what I said.
You remain my vassal. I dare you to defy me.
Roland, your majesty.
You are bound by nothing, Lord Serenoa. You are no one's vassal.
What are you
Don't
talking
do it,
about?
Benedict.
Now is not the time, Benedict.
Lord Serenoa is not the son of Lord Simon.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna... Oh my gosh. I didn't expect this to be like
His
a
true
going out on a
heritage is
banger
none other
episode
than
here.
His Majesty King Regna.
You cannot be serious.
Mm.
Regna fell in love with Lady Destra, a commoner living in the Crown City. When it came to light that she was with child, King Regna bowed to pressure from the royalists and had Lord Simon take her in. She bore a son, who you know today as Serenoa, heir to House Wolfort.
Why is no one else
This is
shocked?
true, and you are my elder brother. Then you are not bound by my command.
Hold! Roland is the one with the royal ring, is he not? Even if this story is true, is it not Roland who holds claim to the throne?
I don't know.
Roland was not the only one entrusted with a royal ring.
So you possess one as well, Serenoa.
I'm not saying anything. Sereno's not saying anything.
I do.
Oh, finally.
It is genuine. There is no mistaking it. What Benedict says must be true. I've always admired you, Serenoa. I knew from the moment we met that you were worthy of respect. I always felt you to be my better, even as a leader.
Oh dear.
Yet I still felt a closeness with you I could never place. Now, at last, I have.
Oh, there you go.
Roland,
All the more reason why I cannot concede to you now.
Why?
Least of all to you, dear brother. Serenoa Wolfort, I challenge you to a duel.
Oh dear.
To the victor goes the crown.
pray let us think about this.
On your guard, Serenoa. I do not say this in jest.
Really?
Cease this quarreling at once. Stop them, Benedict.
I cannot. They must settle this here and now if we are to move forward.
Oh dear.
Listen to Benedict. This is not your fight. Do you have the courage of your convictions, brother?
Roland, stop this madness. I have no desire to sit upon the throne. I only wish to aid you in protecting our kingdom, the only home we've ever known.
Oh dear.
I have no doubt. You've been a peerless friend. I would trust you with my life. But the truth has been revealed and our paths diverge. You said it yourself. There can only be one way forward.
That has naught to do with our lineage. Our bloodlines need not be shackles.
Oh my god.
Shackles. Ha! I have fought tooth and nail to protect what you now decry.
It's not bad at all.
I know you have suffered, brother.
How can you? You who had your father's love, the unwavering trust of your subjects. Proved yourself time and again so effortlessly.
This is more than
I ask
about
you to
lineage.
prove yourself once more.
Roland, please.
I have toiled in your shadow while you led House Wolfort to glory. I have revered you and envied you in equal measure.
Oh dear.
I long to be like you. And I long to claim victory over you. Just once.
I am not worthy of such adulation. Nor am I alone the reason we've come this far. We are all in this together.
Very true. It's not like he wasn't there in the battles.
I knew you would seek to erase yourself from our history if you knew how I felt.
Yep.
Don't you dare shrink from me! Stand and fight so I can best you!
I have no will to fight you, brother. I want none of this.
But life does not always turn out how we want. Of this, you and I are now keenly aware. You asked me to put aside my feelings when you talked of joining with Esfrost. Now I ask you to do the same.
Oh, dear.
Prove to me that you have what it takes to deal with Esfrost and crush Hyzant. That you can cut out a part of yourself to do what you think must be done.
Oh, there you
Show
go.
me you can create this bold new future you speak of.
Well, the first time we struck back.
Very well. The scales of conviction have spoken, and House Wolford shall heed their word. If you would stand in our way and seek to prevent us from walking the path we have chosen, then so help me, as Lord of House Wolford, I shall cut you down where you stand.
Oh dear.
Yes. Let us see who is the better between us.
On your guard.
Why don't we have these abilities in combat? Like we're getting our energies up. Just like our ultimates?
Seems it was me, dear brother.
Did we kill him?
In the end, I cannot escape your shadow. Kill me. It is only fitting that it is you who strikes the final blow.
What will become of Glenbrook?
That is up to you. I leave the kingdom in your hands. You have the ring, the royal blood. And it was House Wolford that reclaimed the kingdom. The people and the nobles will assent to your rule.
Oh dear.
So long as I am gone.
This is no time to waver, Lord Serenoa. King Roland initiated the duel. The terms are his to dictate. Letting him live will only prolong our troubles.
Dude, Benedict is like just awful.
You think I do not know that?
Give him the mask. Give him Sir Maxwell's
You ask
mask.
the impossible. My friend, my brother, is not meant to die by my hand.
You are cruel in your kindness, Serenoa.
Don't kill yourself.
I have neither the constitution nor the fortitude to be king. I cannot lead as you can, as our father did. I saw the terrifying limits of my abilities, and sought the sweet release of surrendering to a higher power.
It's true, he did.
Would you have such a coward live?
I've watched you confront these parts of yourself for as long as I can remember. I've watched you strive to better yourself, to better everyone. You had my undying loyalty and trust. Oh, how I admired you, my friend. How I longed to follow in your footsteps.
Oh, so Serenoa admired him too.
And follow you did. But now you must overtake me.
I shall. Just promise me one thing. Promise me that you will watch over me. Every breath, every step, every word from my lips. And the moment you see me stray, you will set me back on the right path.
This I shall do, seeing as you bested me in combat. Farewell, Serenoa.
So we don't kill him.
May we never meet again as brother or friend.
Okay.
Not the parting I would have preferred, but as Roland himself noted, life does not always turn out as we want.
Dude, just slap him.
Not another word, Benedict. I do not trust myself to show restraint.
Yeah.
My love.
At least we have settled on a path forward. There is work to do.
Do we lose Huette too? Oh, if we lose Hewitt too, I'm gonna be mad.
King Roland!
Oh my gosh.
Leave me, Hewitt.
I cannot do that. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Then take this as an order from that liege. Serve Serenoa, as you once served me. I am the only one who need walk this path.
Your Majesty.
Dry your tears, Hewitt. It is unbecoming for a proud member of the King's Guard.
Oh,
How can you say that? I never expected our parting to be like this.
I am sorry. But there is something I would tell only you by way of apology. My disagreement with Serenoa and hatred of Esfrost were no lies. I will walk this path, carrying these feelings with me, perhaps forever.
And?
But my unwillingness to ally with Esfrost runs deeper than a personal grudge.
Okay.
Is it because you cannot trust Gustadov?
It is his idea of freedom I cannot trust. In a world of unbridled ambitions, people will stop at nothing to claim power.
It's true.
The strong will prosper, while the weak will struggle to survive.
So if we join forces with Esfrost, then someday Glenbrook will.
Yes. His ideals of freedom will inevitably create a clear division between the strong and the weak.
Maybe.
I cannot abide by that.
I do not think Lord Serenoa wishes for a world like that.
Nor do I. But Benedict will stop at nothing to defeat Hyzant. Who
So it
knows
seems.
what will happen once he joins forces with Gustadolf?
I understand. You wish for me to stay and watch over House Wolford.
Yes. You must take care of Serenoa in my place. And Cordelia as well.
You have my word. You needn't worry about a thing, Your Majesty.
You were a loyal and true knight, Hewitt. And for that, you have my eternal thanks.
I always hoped they would get together. This is a long episode. I'm sorry. Lots of bad things happening. Roland left the party. Save in progress. I'm going to call it there. Busy Gamer Dad, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see where this crazy train goes next. Later.